everyone, and a huge welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah. I'm the creator of Brushed Up Beauty, and for the good old regulars, a huge welcome back. This video has been requested many times over on our Facebook group, and I don't really know why I've never just sat down and filmed it. I think mainly it was because it's never felt as relevant as it does right now with the absolute mess the beauty community is in at the minute. So I thought there's never been a better time to sit down and explain why I created Brushed Up Beauty. So I originally created my little beauty group about 3 years ago. Yes, 3 years ago in May just gone. Back then it was called The Beauty Booth. That was its first ever name. And I can remember the day I got 62 members of that little group, and I was so happy. I was so made up, and now we've got over 1,300 members, and it's such a beautiful place. But I think I need to explain what inspired me to take that leap and set up a safe space for people. I've always loved makeup. I can remember being 2, 3, 4 years old and diving into my mum's makeup bag, and I thought foundation was makeup remover, so I just slapped foundation over the eyeliner I'd attempted to put on. Sorry mum, I must have cost you an arm and a leg. I've always enjoyed it. I've always loved how you can put it on and wipe it off. You know, it's not forever, it's ever changing, ever evolving. It's not just something that has to look pretty, and I love that men wore it, I love women wore it, I love that people of all ages wore it. I've always been drawn to it. I've always thought of it as like art on a human, which it is. So it's always been there. I've always been interested in it, but it was probably when I turned about 23 that I really kind of took it to the next level and started collecting makeup really. And I never had the amount of makeup I have now back then. Like, I'm just sat here looking at my desk and it's like, Jesus. I can remember having a makeup bag and that was fine and I loved it. But I turned 23, dived into this obsession with makeup and began collecting. So I was collecting my makeup, adding to my kit constantly. Like, all I ever wanted for birthdays and Christmases was makeup, and I just dived in and I loved it. I loved everything about it. So when I stumbled across the beauty community on YouTube and on Facebook, in the Facebook groups, I was like, oh my god, yes, these are my people. They're gonna love makeup, we're gonna talk about makeup, we're gonna empower one another, encourage one another, it's gonna be brilliant. And it wasn't. That's really not what I found at all, actually. And I was lucky really, because back then I weren't as into the beauty community on YouTube as I am now, so I probably weren't aware of a lot of the stuff that was going on YouTube, but I was very aware of what was going on these little Facebook groups that were meant to be there to, well, what I thought was to encourage people. They just tore people down. Like, it become this environment to destroy anybody with less skill than you. And I can remember being sat on somebody's live video and them just being absolutely torn apart because they weren't at this particular standard of skill and makeup artistry. And I just couldn't believe it. I was just like, what's going on? Like, no, makeup is personal. Just because I think it looks nice doesn't mean you have to think it looks nice. Just because I think it's the most disgusting thing ever doesn't mean it actually is. That's just my opinion of it. And I just couldn't wrap my head around it. And the absolute pinnacle point for me of being like, I'm done with this, was when I actually got blocked from a makeup group on Facebook for not sitting there while a group of people wanted to bully somebody else. And I was just like, no. No. And I'm not one to kind of resort to, you know, well, you're not as good because blah blah blah. I was just like, no, hang on a minute, like, this isn't nice. This isn't what we should be doing to one another. We should be empowering one another. And they were just like, nah, get away. And I was like, right, this isn't for me. That's it, I'm done. I can't sit back and watch this. And I removed myself from all the Facebook groups that I was in regarding makeup, and I took a couple of months away. And I was just like, no, I don't want to get involved. But then I was missing it. I was missing having a place where I could go and I could play. So I set up what was originally the beauty booth, which is now Brushed Up Beauty. And it's always been so important to me from the very beginning, that this was a group where we encouraged, where we built one another up. This was a movement of kindness, you know, of somebody saying, can please somebody help me learn how to do this liner properly. And we don't sit there and we don't say, oh my god, that's a show, like, you can't be in this group because you just can't do your liner properly. We say, do you know what you've done is great. Have you tried doing it this way? Have you tried doing it like this? It might suit your eye shape a bit better. We encourage, and we don't lie to one another. We will say, like, yeah, that blend isn't as nice as it could be, but it is there, and the foundations to build upon and grow upon are there. And it's so nice. Like, it's so nice to have that little family of strangers. Some people in the group I've never met in person, and you know, they're the first ones there to encourage me when I put a new video on YouTube. Obviously, I'm very small. I'm a very, very small influencer. I always feel uncomfortable saying that. I'm very small on YouTube, but they're always the first ones to encourage me. They're the first ones to get excited with me when I get new makeup. And it's just become the gorgeous little community I always wanted to be a part of. And it's not mine anymore. I suppose it was once mine, but it's not now. It's ours. It's our community. It's our movement. It's us taking time to say, do you know what, guys, I've got this foundation, it doesn't work for me. Does anybody else rate it? I'll send it out to you. That happens all the time in Brushed Up. We're always sending products round, like, I'm a big fan of this, can you use it? I'll give you a little tester pot or something before you buy it. And we're always just looking out for one another. And that's how a beauty community should be. It should be about learning together, growing together, creating together. And I'm so proud to be a part of that. Like, I'm so proud it's turned into the beautiful little space it has. And I hope that my YouTube channel can just be the same. It can just stay a gorgeous little community. And I love that we have both men and women in our group on Facebook. And I love that we have both men and women who do live tutorials. It's not all me. There is so much talent on our Facebook group. Like, oh, there is just so much. And I'm so honoured to get to learn from those people. And I'm just honoured to get to know them, to get to be a part of their lives, and for them to be a part of my lives. And, well, literally my actual live videos, but also my life. I'm honoured that they'll take the time out to watch whatever I've trying to create that day, and be there for me when times aren't as glamorous as they usually are, I want to say, but I never wash my hair. So yeah, I created Brushed Up Beauty, originally the beauty booth, but now Brushed Up Beauty, because there was no other space I could find like it. We love everyone. we include everyone. It doesn't matter what gender you are, it doesn't matter what race you are, and we will discuss when we think something's not right, like shade ranges of foundations or concealers or anything for the skin, when a company is only catered to beige. You know, we'll say, no, hang on a minute, like I'm not okay with that. You know, we need something will need to be done about that, and we educate one another. And I created it for all these purposes, and it grew legs and took on a life of its own, and taught me more than I thought it ever would. And that's why I created Brushed Up Beauty, because makeup isn't a one size fits all at all. It's not for one gender, it's not for one colour of skin, it's for everyone, and it's removable. And you can make mistakes and wipe it off and start again, and it's alright. Like, it's fine. We're always learning, we're always growing, and I created Brushed Up Beauty to be a community where we could come and grow together, not only as artists but as people too. And we are for beginners and professionals and everything in between, and we're just lovely. And I couldn't find a space like that on the internet before Brushed Up Beauty come along, and I am so grateful, proud, humbled, amazed to be a part of that. So basically, in conclusion, I think I created Brushed Up Beauty because I thought the world needed it, because I definitely did. So yeah, you can find the original Facebook group for Brushed Up Beauty over on Facebook. I'll put a link on screen somewhere. You can also find Brushed Up Beauty on Twitter and Insta at Brushed Up Boo. Obviously there's the YouTube channel, but the community hub is definitely our Facebook group, and you are more than welcome to come and join us. Just remember that everybody is fighting battles we know nothing about. Every time we put something out into the world to be viewed by others and criticised by others, we are so open and so vulnerable, and just tread carefully on people's feelings and people's work, people's art, because that's what makeup is. It's art, and art is always subjective, and beauty may not always be in the eye of the beholder, but within, I think beauty's within. So yeah, that sounds like something you'd like. Come and join us. We're bloody lovely, honest. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one, where I will probably be back to painting my face. Thank you for listening. Bye. I wonder how long that's been on my neck for. That's nice. Brilliant.